Now, Fridays are for having the hottest entertainment conversations on TV in Africa. Welcome to KASA. Like always, we like to say Yebe KASA. Now, the crew is here, and today we will talk. Today, Nigerian musician Darlington has warned that he may be heading the Yahoo way unless something he wants happens. Now, Kenyan musicians have fired back at comedian Omondi over his recent comments. And on the international scene, American rapper Cudis has raised eyebrows once again. This time, he appeared on the red carpet in a wedding dress. Finally, we have an itch that is shaking the tables about respect in the African context. Welcome to KASA. Of course, I'm Sam Dandy, and the beautiful ladies are here. I'm talking our special guest, Jasmine Roberts, media personality. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Gabby Boo, you look nice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. You look great as well.
Thank you so much. So, what do you think about the conversation? Of course you do. You look fly. You look like a Friday.
Okay.
You look like a Friday. So, how are you guys feeling about the conversation we're going to have today?
I mean, I'm very, very ready.
I'm ready to talk. You're ready to talk. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. This is KASA. We'll be right back after this. Now let's kick off the conversation in Nigeria like we always do. Now, controversial Nigerian artist Darlington, better known as Darlington, in an Instagram live has threatened to start internet fraud, or Yahoo as he called it, if he doesn't get shows this season. Now the rapper said, "I won't live genuine life, but no one will give me work." He even called out the Imo State government, his home state, threatening that if the year runs out without the state giving him show, he would have no choice but to go into internet fraud. Now, he said Hush Puppy is learning work. We all know who Hush Puppy is already. He needs no introduction. Okay. Now, let me ask you guys, right? Is this not just attention seeking? Is there more to this?
I feel like it's just remaining just a little bit for me to just like literally roll on this floor and start laughing.
I mean, everybody knows that he's a comedian. Everybody knows that.
This is so funny, but not funny at the same time.
Right.
You understand? Like, maybe it's funny because it's coming from him. But this is not even funny to, be coming out to sort of threaten people and say, I'm going to take this up. I'm going to go into Yahoo if I don't get a job, or if I don't get a contract, or if I don't get help, basically. You know? So I don't think this is right. But it's funny to me because it's coming from Speed. Maybe that's why I'm laughing.
I mean, I find him funny. I never take anything he says seriously, to be honest. Who takes him seriously, first of all?
Oh my goodness.
No, but for real, he's just a cruise master. If you know him properly, he's a cruise master. So anything he says, maybe he just wakes up one morning and then he feels like, oh, let me just go and shake the internet small and make them not forget that I'm still existing. And then he just drops something. That's how he is, to be honest.
Are you saying that most of the time you think it's a joke?
I don't think
what if he actually isn't joking? Shouldn't there be consequences for an action like this? Someone comes out and says, I'm going to do something illegal, considering the fact that he's a public figure, an artist that people know.
Yeah. So I don't know about consequences for an action you haven't committed yet.
Yes. I was about to say that.
For the fact that he's a public figure,
I'm going to come for you for that. But okay.
No, but like I know, but like the consequences. Let's be very honest. He hasn't actually done it. He's just saying, I don't know about consequences for something you haven't done, honestly.
Well, like I said, I mean, like you said, rather, there should be no consequences for what you haven't done yet. Do you understand? Because, I mean, he's just saying those things. You can't really hold his words against him. Hold him with his words or whatever. Till he does it, then you can now go and catch him.
I like this unique perspective. You guys are on a team, right?
No, but it's true.
But really?
So in law terms, right, of course, I'm not a lawyer, I read economics, surprisingly. But if I came to you, Gabby, and says, you know what, I will hurt you. Now that's a threat. And guess what? You can't be arrested for that. If you're going to say, I'm going to do this, according to law...
But if you have threatened someone before and you have actually hurt the person, they can take you seriously. But then if you're constantly just saying stuff like that, never do anything, just empty threats. You get
You're going to be arrested a lot of times and be in jail.
But
you'll be bailed out eventually.
I actually get what Sam is saying.
You better get it.
It's very true because, yes, when it comes to the law, this is like a threat.
Yeah.
So he can be taken up, for this. You get. But I'm just saying that we don't, first of all, yet know how serious he is with this statement. Do you understand? Because we know he's sort of like a comedian.
When he starts it, then we'll be like, okay.
We know him to be, he's an entertainer. So I think where the consequences should probably come from is the fact that he feels like, he's endorsing something that is illegal in the first place.
Exactly.
So that's just it. He's endorsing, you're a public figure, you're endorsing.
It makes me remember Naira Marley's and the Amai Yahoo Boy song. Guess what? Guess who followed him right after that song? The EFCC.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
But then again, a lot of our celebrities or entertainers in the music industry, they constantly maybe use their music videos or their lyrics to, you know, portray certain things that are not really what we would normally want them to portray. And then they haven't been arrested since.
Can you admit that that is wrong, though?
It is very wrong.
Society?
It is very wrong, to be honest. But then again...
Of course.
It is what it is.
But this is not even a song.
Don't switch up on the energy.
This is not even a song. This is a video coming straight out and saying, if you don't, it's a threat actually.
Exactly. Are you changing? Are you off that table now? You know.
I'm getting off slowly.
Okay.
It's just catching cruise, I beg.
I think at this point,
Darlington.
if you listen to this conversation, we've definitely solved the Nigerian problem. Okay, people, think about it. This is our Nigerian conversation. When we come back, something's happening in Kenya, and we'll talk about it. This is still Pop KASA, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the show. Now let's go to East Africa, where Kenyan musicians have clapped back at comedian Omondi over comments he made in a recent interview. Now the comedian seemed to have insulted the music industry in the country, comparing them to other African nations. Let's watch this.
Entertainment industry in Kenya is asleep. Artists have become predictable, redundant and boring, and that is a good space for you to take over. Most, if not all, artists are no longer as creative. We are living in the dark ages of Kenyan music. Tanzania wanatupiga na Nigeria. Nigerians are here every weekend, and Kenyan musicians have become curtain raisers. Wanalipwa 30K, ukienda backstage wanasukumwa. It is a disgrace. The industry is a disgrace, and I'm speaking to all the artists that we need to wake up. Na tuache kufanya vitu haraka haraka, alahala, watoka Diamond wasitungarie. We have become clowns in our own country. Etana was here, sijui Omale, sijui who. It is not, we are not blaming any corporate, I'm blaming the artist. We need to wake up and put in the work. Omondi puts in the work.
Now his comments seem to have struck a nerve in many of the artists in his country. Now, in fact, let's look at some of the tweets. Now, Bien, of course, who is one of the 4 members of the sensational Kenyan band Southeast Soul, said this. He says, Omondi is the butt crack of comedy. What he does in the name of entertainment and comedy is shambolic. It is not good marketing either. It is clout chasing, deadbeat clowning. Okay, people are really angry. He says, this is not art. Our industry is in a transition. We just got back our groove, I beg your pardon, after a pandemic. Now, of course, singer Bahati also responded. He says, in fact, that he's re-editing his songs to remove the part he ever promoted Omondi in the past. Now, my first question is, why do we see the need to compare African, countries and what they're doing? Is that even appropriate? Considering the fact that Nigeria has a population of what, over 200 million people? What do you guys think?
Well, honestly, yeah, we have comparison in like every aspect of our lives, to be honest. If you're being honest, yeah. People are fond of comparing people, comparing things, but it's not right, because you make the other people that are actually putting in maybe more work, or more effort to seem like they're not doing nothing. And then the other guys that have it easy, in quote, would seem like they're the ones that are putting in more work than the other. So it's not really fair on the ones who are really struggling to get themselves out there. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's just something we face in life, basically, but it's not right.
I don't think competition is not right or unhealthy. I think it's healthy. I think it's part of what makes people... Yes, I think it's part of what makes people thrive. When you look at your neighbor, black as you are, African as you are, and then you start to ask yourself, if this person can do this, why not me? I think it doesn't, sort of demoralize you if you're doing it right. I think it's supposed to challenge you to find ways to do better. Okay,
I like that, but his comments seem to be insultive, and you would think that Eric would adjust or change things, since artists in this country were not supportive of the things that he said. But in fact, he has gone a lot more. So a tweet by Nigerian musician, Mr. Easy, got Omondi more upset. This time, he's demanding from the Kenyan music or musicians to put in the work, or he's going to advise fans to boycott some of their music. Now, this is what Mr. Easy says. According to this, he says, East Africa is arguably the most receptive spot for music. No one is going to pay you $100,000 in Nigeria to do a show, but you can easily get that money by walking into Kenya. Now, of course, I can see why this might be offensive. So now we're looking again, with a statement like this. Is this really a healthy competition?
This is not healthy, my darling. It's really not healthy, to be honest.
What I said was, I didn't say this is healthy competition. I said sometimes competition is healthy.
Until it becomes not healthy.
Yes. So I'm not saying, I'm neither, making a comment on this, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, but I don't know how this looks. I think what Eric Omondi was trying to say was, to challenge Kenyan musicians to do better. Like, but he did it the wrong way. Do you understand? Yes. That's what I think.
I think I get what you're saying now.
Now, of course, like you guys have agreed that this doesn't mean that other African nations are lagging behind because Nigeria seems to be doing well, right? All right. So now my next question would be, he's a comedian. That's also an aspect of entertainment, right? Why didn't he address his side of the industry? Why was it someone else's? I mean, do you think comedy also plays a huge role in the entertainment industry? Let's get that out first.
Definitely, of course.
But I mean, I feel like if we're being honest, the music side of the entertainment industry is more global, is more out there. Not like the comedy guys or the actors are not really doing anything. They are, but we see music every day. We listen to music every day. Music is something that we do every day. We can't do without it. But we can really do without comedy, if we're being honest.
I might be.
I think I agree with Jasmine 100%. But now the world's looking to African music. So this is not necessarily the time for comedy from Africa, but it's the time for music for Africa. From Africa, and then we have, some countries like Nigeria, seeming, to take so much advantage of it. And Eric is probably angry that Kenya.
You know what? I might disagree with you guys. Of course, we agree that comedy is a part of the entertainment industry. But of course, if you look at things, you realize that, well, people like Baskemat have gone on to do great collaborations. Fuki Akindele is a comedian and an actress. You can mix comedy into films and still go global. The reason music became a spot for a lot of people internationally to, associate with us is because people kept putting in the work. If you keep blaming other people for their, negligence in their craft, guess what? You might be negligent yourself. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, that's our Nigerian and African conversation. You're still watching Pop KASA. When we go on a quick break, we'll be right back. And Gabby's going to take us international. And that itch. Oh, I can't wait to talk about that one. We'll be right back after this.
You're welcome back. Of course, this is still Pop KASA on New Central TV. And we've had so much to talk about here already, but now we're taking you to conversation outside of the continent. Now, 37-year-old Scott Raymond Mescudi, better known as Kid Cudi, made a bold statement at the CFDA Awards as he appeared in a white lace wedding dress with a statement veil. The American rapper, record producer, and actor earlier in the year received backlash for performing on Saturday Night Live in a white floral gown. He later revealed he wore the dress as a tribute to late Nirvana singer Kurt Cobain. This time, the father of one only had this to say.
Be yourself, be free, baby, yeah.
Okay, so basically what he was saying is it's important to be yourself and to be free. So now the big question is this really a big deal, or is this a publicity stunt of some sort?
Dum, dum, dum. You want to go first, ladies?
Okay. I mean, after men. After men.
Who goes first? Really?
After men.
Okay, so Sally, go first. Is this a publicity stunt?
I mean, it's Kid. I know you say Kid, but Kid is big. Okay, I don't think it's a publicity stunt. I think he's just joking. Because I feel like it's a trend that we're seeing this year a lot of times, right? This is not the first time he's worn a dress this year alone.
Yeah.
And then this will actually be third because the last time it was a skirt though. So I'm thinking, what's happening with rappers trying to, pull off these things? Are you hinting at your sexuality, but then he's not?
What if he is?
But
what if he is?
He hasn't actually made any statement, and people are questioning his sexual orientation.
But what if he's actually trying to gradually come out and make you get comfortable with, his sexuality, and then when he just drops the bomb, it just doesn't hit you so hard.
No, I mean,
that
could be it. No, I mean, what if that's what he's doing?
Like, we wouldn't like you or love you any less. So if that's who you are, be yourself and come out.
Exactly, because he said his statement on this was basically, it's important for you to be yourself.
And be free.
Be free.
Be free.
So I don't know.
Come out.
Do you have anything else?
What if he's just talking to himself to be free? He's trying to inspire himself to, be himself and be free.
I'm wondering what does freedom have to do with a male rapper wearing a dress? I really don't.
Well, if that's your idea of being free, if that's your idea of, how you want to carry yourself, how you want to be portrayed, how you truly feel alive, then, my dear, no one's going to stop you.
By all means.
By all means.
Do you.
And again, they say that fashion is also a means of expression of oneself.
I agree.
So, but do you think we're pushing this be yourself agenda too far?
At this point
you are putting us in trouble. It's not me.
I like
Answer
it.
that.
Do you think we're pushing it a little bit, too far these days?
So I think, where we're in a selfish world. As much as you want to be free, let's understand that we're humans and there are rules for a certain reason, right? There are certain things that people start to do, you're wondering, wait, what? There's such a thing? Like, why does this need to be? I mean, no offense, let me say it respectfully, there's LGBTQI.
XYZ. Yeah.
No offense, but like, we're beginning to be, and then some people, the problem is a lot of times now, people are forcing it down your throat. And by that I mean, if you don't know, right, or you address them wrongly,
it's a problem.
You get a backlash, it's going to be hard to choose.
That's the way things are going these days.
Yeah, just be free, but then allow
other people to be free as well.
Right.
Maybe that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to bring it gradually, like slowly to us.
If that's what he's doing, then I like it. Then.
Maybe
slowly.
that's what he's trying to do. So you will not just come and say, oh, hold me like this and respect me like this and address me like that. You get, you're doing it small. Then you get used to seeing him this type of way. Then maybe next thing you just everything just comes out big. I'm just saying.
Do you think we're too free? We're pushing that agenda too far?
Honestly, I don't. To be honest, I think we are. Sometimes these days pushing it too far. To be honest, that's my thought. Because it's the lines are slowly starting to get very thin. You don't really know. What to say,
what not to say,
what not to say. Everyone wants to be themselves. So sometimes it feels like you are losing yourself to let other people be. It's very confusing.
Right.
I'm not even going to lie. But at this point, we're going to move to the H. Now, a shocking video surfaced online of a seemingly older African woman in the middle of an altercation with an African teenager in a public space in London. After exchanging words, the woman hits the young girl, who then retaliates. Now, charges have been reportedly filed against the woman. The story is that the woman overheard a conversation the young girl was having with her friends and somehow got involved. Let's take a look.
My daughter, do you hear me? This is how you behave outside.
Stop shouting in my face.
Shut up!
Don't ever tell me. Don't ever tell me.
You don't show me.
What the hell? I don't know you. You won't beat me. You won't touch me. Don't try my face. I don't know you.
Look at you.
Look at you. I don't know you. Yeah, I call myself a black girl. And what? She's like an actress. She's not my parent. What the hell? I don't know you're not my parent. Why would I respect you? What the hell? You can't say
you see.
Stop talking in my face. What the hell? I'm like a damn fool. What do you mean?
You're calling me a fool?
Yes!
You can't ever call me a fool again in your life.
What the hell? What the
hell? I really don't know what to say. Clearly, at this point, the woman said she has a child that's older than the girl, and that the girl in question actually lacks respect. There's a lot of commentary around this story. Is there a wrong or right in this? I mean, I had my mouth open all through as I was watching the video. I was like, oh my goodness, what's going on? What exactly is happening here? You guys seem like you're short of words. What's going on? Please, someone has to say something. Is there a right in this?
I'm sorry, but the woman is totally wrong.
I mean,
like, she is all shades of wrong. Do you understand? Why?
First of all, this is very embarrassing. I must say
oh my
that
goodness! Like, I'm sorry, but what is wrong with African parents and thinking that everybody's your child?
First of all, this of course happened outside of the country, outside of the continent.
Do you get, with a different culture entirely?
Exactly. So it's not enough to see that she's black or she's African. You can't bring the whole.
You know what's funny to me? I feel like in her head somewhere, she's probably new. She probably just got there a week ago.
Yes.
Because in her head, she seems like she's still in Nigeria. She's even like a woman. She won't to let her. She's like,
do you understand?
I have a daughter like woman. And I like the fact that the young girl just kept saying clearly
you're not my mom.
She was born there.
And she kept on emphasizing.
Like, you're not my mom.
I don't know.
Do you get?
You know, this is the problem, because a lot of times we've heard things like, oh, it takes a village to raise it. There's no village. No village is coming to come and touch my people. Like, why? How?
Okay.
It's actually just upsetting. And we do have a tweet, I think, because someone came out to say that they're the sister to the girl. And, had some things to say about, people should tell African parents, you know, to not just talk to anyone like that, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't know who you're talking to.
You
or
want
where you are.
respect. You have to earn it.
And apparently, I hear that their person reportedly charges
hope
that they
they are.
pressed.
Yeah,
Because
I
really
sort of
hope
like
they
a
are.
case of
A stranger.
assault. Yes, a stranger, someone you don't know.
People get people get charges for, you know, assaulting their children. I
Really?
mean, in those countries, so imagine a stranger.
So now this is a total stranger, and then you lay your hands on her. Really, I don't know what to say.
Gavin's laughing.
I was laughing, honestly. So now people are basically saying, tell your African parents to learn how to mind their business, and that they should understand that respect is reciprocal nowadays. You have to earn respect and not just expect it to be given to you automatically.
We both
What do you
should
guys think
respect
about that?
Respect each other. You respect me, I respect you. Hi, good afternoon. You greet me back.
I can't respect you if you don't respect me. And I will never respect you because you're older. I'm sorry.
It's not enough.
My mom has a problem with me saying that or doing that, but that's me. Okay. Because if you want me to respect you, you have to respect me as well.
All right.
Period.
So we basically all agreed that respect is reciprocal. Now this is where we draw the curtain on today's talk. But of course, first of all, thank you to Jasmine and
thank you
to
so much.
We would keep the conversation going at home and amongst your crew. We are back right here, same time next week, for a rundown of Africa's big stories. The name is Gabrielle Egu. Bye for now.